What are three words should define how you interact with others? Yeah, when you're interacting with your friends or your family or your team even, what would you love those words to be? Jenny said driven, consistent, resilient. I love the power in those words. Driven. I can feel that one on my chest. Consistent, resilient. Yeah. Now the big question is, are you living those words? Yeah, are you showing up? Yeah, moment to moment, demonstrating those words. Authentic, persistence, sense of humor. Yeah. Now in this session, I'm going to share with you the achiever secret. Yeah, reinventing yourself in 2024. And just before I dive into the full presentation, I know some of you may know who I am and some of you may not know who I am. So just to give you a soft introduction, my name is Deano Delpleash and I'm a high performance coach, as well as an NLP Master Neurolinguistic Practitioner. I'm a student of Motivate Community. And most of you who know Adrian is our Master Practitioner Trainer. So I've been learning my NLP skills here with the group over the last 3 years. Now it's 2024. I'm also one of the luckiest men alive. Yeah, I'm engaged to one of the most beautiful women in Asia. And if you see her, just make sure you let her know that as well. And I'm also from a very small island in the Caribbean. Yeah, a very small island called St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And if you don't know where that is, just know you have officially been invited because you're here. Another fun fact about me is that I love to read. True learning doesn't happen in the collection of information. It happens in the execution of it. True learning doesn't happen in the collection of information. It only happens in the execution of it. Yeah, and I want you to remember this statement because this may be the only thing I want you to remember from this entire session. Because my mission today is to get you into more action that you can ever imagine. Because it doesn't matter what I share with you today, unless you take action upon the insights that you're about to receive, it is going to be worthless. So I want you to make a commitment to yourself right now. Wherever you are, you're relaxed, you're safe. Just put your hand on your chest. And I want you to commit. Make that commitment with yourself. Now I'm going to take action. There's an insight here for me today that's going to change my life in 2024. And when you do receive that insight, when I do receive that insight, I'm going to take action. Just make that internal commitment with yourself. Yeah. Now, I want to share one of my favorite stories with you. Now, if you have worked with me before, and most likely you've heard this story before, but I love to share this story. And one of my favorite stories about this man. Now, one day this man was walking down a path and he was a farmer. So he found this egg. And because he was a farmer, he knew that this egg was a special egg. So what he did, he took the egg and he took it and put it with all his chickens. Yeah, so eventually one day the egg hatched and the egg was an eagle's egg. Now this eagle, he grew up with all the chickens and he did everything that the chickens did. He fly a few feet into the sky and he land on the ground. Now he'll poke around in the dirt looking for worms. Now one day, this eagle was gazing in the sky and he saw this bird majestically soaring across the sky. And the eagle is like, "What's that?" A chicken nearby responded, "No, that's an eagle. He's the king of the sky. He's the king of all birds." Now that eagle, he lived and died a chicken because that's what he thought he was. Now the reason why I'm sharing this story with you, because just like me, You have the potential in you to become something great. You have the potential in you to create an impact that your current self is not even aware of. However, your current patterns, behaviors, and beliefs are keeping you in the situation that you are in. Now, today I'm going to share with you some principles that is going to completely shift the way you see where you are. And I want you to remember this quote that you are what you repeatedly do. Excellence isn't an act, it's an habit. And I believe this is a quote from Socrates. You are what you repeatedly do. Excellence isn't an act, it is a habit. So where you currently are and where you're moving towards, the gap between there would be a series of decisions that you make. Yeah, and your habits and your beliefs are going to determine those behaviors. Now, what you're about to learn and do today would help you develop the habits and become a high performer at every aspect in your life and business. Now, these are not the traditional habits like, reading a book every week or going to the gym. These are what we call meta habits. Yeah, these are the habits that are guaranteed, that would lead to high performance in your life. That would create the impact in your relationship and in your business. Yeah, and to make you feel more fulfilled and purposeful in life. But only if you commit to doing the work. Remember what I said at the beginning? Yeah, execution. That's what we're focusing on. Yeah, information without action is worthless. So we need to commit to doing the work. And there's a saying that you cannot change what you don't know. So as your coach officially today, I want to see where you're at. And we're going to use the chat. Now I'm going to have some statement that I'm going to just bring up on the screen. And this is just a quick assessment to see where you're at. So if this statement resonates with you, you can say yes or no. So the first statement is, do you feel you're clear about who you are, your purpose, and your direction, and where you want to go in life? Yeah, if this feels like you, it could be heck yes, or it could be heck no. Awesome, awesome. I see someone say not yet, say yes, yes. Number 2, do you consistently have enough mental and physical energy needed to excel and accomplish your goals and feel motivated and happy? So just check in with yourself, yeah? Do you take action and consistently express who you truly are and what you think, what you need and desire with the world? Heck yes or heck no? The great thing about answering these questions is that you're getting a feel for where you're at. Okay, so it's either heck yes or heck no. Yeah, there's no maybe. So if it's a maybe, that means it's a no. Okay. So if I ask one of these questions and you feel like, okay, I'm not there yet, yeah, I want you to really put a sign next to that. Take a note of that. Okay, because as we go through the presentation, we'll be working through this particular item. Now, the next one is, are you consistently focused and effective? And are you good at minimizing distraction and maintaining priorities? Heck yes or heck no? So as we are coming down the ladder, we can see the responses are changing. That's great. That's great. And number 5, do you feel you have the social influence with family, friends, and team needed to accomplish your goal? Okay, number 5. Let me see how are we doing for number 5. Okay, we have a yes. We have a no. Okay, depends on goal. Yes. Okay, awesome, awesome. So now I get a good feel for where a lot of you are. The great thing is most of these areas you're already a yes in. Yeah, so that means you only have a particular point in your performance where you need to leverage. And that's already great. So we know where we need to start. Now, are you ready to play? Are you ready to play? Let me get I'm ready inside of the chat. Let me know who is ready to play today. If you see my door in the back is opening because I have a cat and he's like a human, so he'll be coming in and out from time to time. Okay, we're ready. We're ready. Let's get it. Let's go. Now, I want to introduce you to the high performance model. This is a high performance framework. And high performance, this is just a model to explore, how clear you feel about your overall life and goals. Whether or not you have the mental energy and the physical stamina you need to perform at your best. How bold and confident are you showing up in the world? What are the habits and routines that are keeping you off course? What are the habits and routines you need to start implementing that you can move towards your goal? And how well can you better influence your team, your family, and those that you serve? Now, we believe if you develop mastery in these 5 key areas, you would feel more purposeful and fulfilled in your life. Yeah, and today we're going to be working through these habits specifically, and I'll be asking you a series of questions, and I'm not here to answer your questions per se, however, to help you find your own emotional truth. So that means the more you put into answering these questions, the more you're going to get out of it. Okay. And as I'm asking these questions, I want you to engage with me in the chat. Yeah, just you can leave your answer in the chat. And if you get an insight, something that really resonates with you, share it in the chat as well. Yeah, I'll really love that. And just to share with you what high performance is, this is the achiever's secret. Yeah, and this means excelling and succeeding above the standard norm consistently over the long term without burning out. Yeah, so it doesn't matter how much you achieve. It doesn't matter when you reach to say the dream or the goal that you have already created for yourself. You would still have that feeling of performance consistently over the long term. And this comes from a feeling of engagement, yeah, joy and confidence that comes from fully living in and from your own potential. Yeah. And high performance, this is you for high performers usually feel more open and observant in the present moment. They're creative, they're loving, they're expressive. You become more self-reliant, you're future-oriented, you're challenge seeker, yeah, you're connection lover and you're meaning maker. And these are some of the characteristics that associate and align with someone who's performing at a higher level. Yeah. And high performance in our life is a heightened level, as I said, of clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. Yeah. Now, if you're able to master these fundamental habits, you would be able to reinvent yourself. You would be able to become the person necessary to achieve the goals that you set for yourself this year. So let's get ready to play. Now, these are just some feedback from some of my clients who have worked with me and the experience that they have had in applying these habits. As you can see, one of my clients said they feel more clarity, they're more consistent, more energy. Another said that I have been more focused and accountable on the actions I need to take. I have been more intentional with creating habits that work with me. Another client says that they have been open to new ideas and they started the program, not dated anyone in a year, and went on to start dating and start talking to new people. Yeah, some of my clients are coaches as well who have been landing clients, yeah, that they have never imagined before. So the thing is, these habits work if you do the work. Yeah. So let's start with the first habit: master your mind. Yeah. Well, as I see the assessment, most of you said yes for this particular area. So I won't be spending a lot of time here. However, I'll still love to go through the questions. And the first question is, do you feel like you're living your truth? Yeah. If you really check in with yourself, do you feel like you're living your truth? Yeah. There's a popular quote from Abraham Maslow that says that, if what you think, say, and do is in alignment, that's when you find true fulfillment. Yeah. So if I ask you if you feel like you're living your truth, what I mean by do you feel like your thoughts, your behavior, and who you really are, you're showing your true authentic self when you show up in life? Yeah. Awesome. So I see some yes in the chat. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, what are 3 words defining you as a person? What 3 words really define you as a person? Now, I see someone said a part of it. And as I said in the beginning, yeah, if it's not a hell yes, then that means it's a no. Yeah, so that means there's some more that we can do around that particular area. Okay, what 3 words really define you as a person? Leon said personal, kindness, a good behavior. Now I like to remix this one. What are 3 words you love to really define you in 2024? Siddhartha said consistent, commitment, empathy, committed, empathy. Rosalind, caring, enthusiastic, supportive. Beautiful words. What are 3 words should define how you interact with others? Yeah, when you're interacting with your friends or your family or your team even, what would you love those words to be? Jenny said driven, consistent, resilient. I love the power in those words. Driven. I can feel that one on my chest. Consistent, resilient. Yeah. Now the big question is, are you living those words? Yeah, are you showing up? Yeah, moment to moment, demonstrating those words. Authentic, persistence, sense of humor. Yeah. Because a major part about mastering your mind and gaining clarity is actively living into the person who you want to become. It's not something that you do next year. It's not something that you do tomorrow. It's something that you do as you're here right now, as you're showing up on camera, as you're engaging. Yeah. Are you demonstrating those words in your life? Yeah, Doctor said 90% of the time I'm living according to my words. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. And if right now you feel like you're not living your truth, yeah, and you share the words that you feel resonates with who you are, your mission right now is to live into those words more consistently. Yeah. When it comes to your relationship, when it comes to your work, yeah, when it comes to how you interact with the world. Yeah. Rosalind said in 2024, reliable, invincible, authentic. I love that. I love that. Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it. Now, the next habit is mastering your body. Now, I think this is one of the most important habits of reinventing yourself in 2024, because there's this very interesting saying that, most people will spend the first half of their life, yeah, chasing wealth, and then spend the last half of their life taking that wealth, trying to pay for their health. Yeah. So my question to you is, are you rested and fully hydrated? Are you sleeping, eating, exercising, hydrating and gesturing and speaking with passion enough to have the energy you deserve? So Darko said in the last 2 months, yes. Keep it going, Darko. And I want to say at the end of 2024, yeah, you'll be telling us that in the last 12 months, yes. Or last 5 months, even better. Awesome, awesome. Because the great thing about having clarity is that you know where you need to go. You know the decisions that you need to make when your mind is right. However, if your body is not right, then you feel frustrated because you know what to do, but you just don't have the energy to get it done. Yeah, so that's why this is important. Yeah. Now let's look at mastering your focus. Yeah, and as I went through the first assessment, I realized a lot of us said no in this area. So I wanted to pay very close attention here because maybe there's an insight here for you. And before I share the next question, I want to share this quote that I love from Robin Sharma. He's the art of the 5 a.m. club. And he says that productivity is not so much about what we do with our time, but it's more so about how we run our mind. And my first question to you is, now what is your mission today? What is your mission today? And Siddharko said in the chat, I decide more, I decide make 3 more hours per week of running and walking. Awesome. I love that. Now, my question to you is, what is your mission today? I decided to make more time for planning and reviewing. Wonderful. Yeah, what are you looking forward to? Now, when I asked the first question, what was your mission today? I saw a comment coming to achieve my goal in 2024. Now, achieving your goal in 2024 is super amazing. However, that is very vague. Yeah, what I'm curious about is what would you need to do today to achieve your goal in 2024? Yeah, what is your mission today? Yeah, as we're speaking right now, right here, I know for some of you the day is ending. Yeah. And maybe your mission today, right now, can be to, really relax and connect with the family at the end of the day. And maybe your mission is to, you know, execute on your evening routine so that you can have a good night's sleep. Yeah, I see Jenny said practice mindfulness. Darko said today spend time with my family. Yeah, that's so beautiful. Yeah, Mateo said my mission today is getting ready for the beautiful next week, for a beautiful next week. Awesome. Yeah. And what are you looking forward to? Yeah. What is it? What's that thing that you're looking forward to? What can you get excited about? Lillian said, my mission today is to study French. Tu parles français? Medellini. I hope I pronounced this word right. Let me see. I need to go back up. This webinar, awesome. Adrian Bali 2024, awesome. Fresh insight, fresh off the press. Now, my next question is, what must you accomplish today to progress in life? Yeah, what must you get done today to progress in life? So Rosalind said, looking forward to be all set and ready to embrace next week healthy. Darko said, I'm looking forward to a great start of the year. Rosalind said, rested. Now, what must you accomplish today to progress in life? So today, I need to stop procrastinating. Now, procrastinating at what specifically? Yeah, what would you need to stop procrastinating at specifically? Someone said, today I need to finish my work with my last client for this semester. Awesome, Nan. Thank you for sharing that. Mateo, I must plan correctly how I'm going to spend time next week. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a great habit to start doing. Jenny said, review vision. Yeah. And I hope that's your vision, Jenny. I hope it's not someone else's vision. And that's beautiful. Awesome. Awesome. Now, as I said, when it comes to productivity, it's not so much about what you do with your time, but it's more so about how you run your mind. One of the mistakes we make when it comes to really having control of our day is that we spend time on a lot of busy work. Yeah. If you're in this room and you're one of those persons who find a lot of pride in being busy, I'm personally here to tell you, you need to check yourself. And let's start focusing on what's important. Yeah. Because all that busy work will only affect your health. It brings more stress. And you lose time with the things that is important, like your health and your family. So these are three powerful questions you can ask yourself every day to make sure that you're moving towards the things that is important to you. What is your mission today? What are you looking forward to? And what must you accomplish today to progress in life? Now, I promise you, if you ask yourself these three questions every day for the next 12 months, you won't recognize the person you see in the mirror. The people around you won't even recognize the person they see in the mirror. Yeah. So that's how we master our focus. Now, habit number 4, mastering influence. We call this one persuasion mastery. Now, are you developing influence? Are you developing influence at work? Are you developing influence at home? Are you developing influence in your community? Are you developing influence in your relationship, whether it's romantic or platonic? Darko said, first, I need to let go of the old person, which is holding me back. I'm curious to know who's that person, Darko. And I hope you give them a name. Are you demonstrating empathy and bold enthusiasm when you seek to influence others? This is one of my favorite quotes, and I think this one is from Robert Dilts. He said that for you to be influential, you first would need to allow yourself to be influenced. Yeah. Most often we think being influential mean, changing the world and impacting masses. But are we developing empathy and bold enthusiasm when we seek to influence, our romantic partner? Or when we seek to influence, our younger brother, our younger sister, our older brother, or even our parents, our team? Yeah. I see a lot of yes in the chat. Awesome. Wonderful. Now, habit number 5. Mastering your presence. Now, today, you'll find a lot of people want to have more confidence. Yeah, when you talk about the word confident, confidence is usually something that you feel in your body. So my question for you is, what level are you in terms of your emotional and physical vibrancy and presence? Yeah. So you gotta score this on a scale from 1 to 10. What level would you say you are? Sadako said, I am satisfied, but I can improve my influence. Okay, then Darko said 9, 7. Rosalind 7, Jenny 7, Mateo 9. Awesome. Now let's say we got to get that all the way to a 10. What would need to shift? Now, if we got to increase your emotional and physical vibrancy all the way to a 10, how would you need to start being differently? And habit number 6, master your mission. Now, I see habit said, improve my morning routine. Nan said, look and dress the part of a successful entrepreneur and disciplined athlete. I love how proactive that one is Nan. Yeah. And for Darko, I'm gonna ask you, what specifically would you need to improve in your morning routine? What would you need to change? I think a question I have for Rosalind is,
Yes.
what
I'm
would
not
make
sure
it
yet.
Okay. Well, that would be something you can think about.
Yes.
You should think
Yes, I
about.
know.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. And for Rosalind, I like to ask, who would you need to start to be? What would you need to start to do so that you can feel more self-confidence? Because usually when we look for confidence is usually a result of actions that we need to start doing. Yeah, courageous action to be more specifically. Yeah. And usually when it comes to being courageous, yeah, it doesn't mean not being afraid. It means being afraid and still taking action. Yeah, so where can you show up more courageously? And something is telling me that that lack in confidence is leading to the procrastination that you're sharing in the chat. And as you're becoming more aware of the answers to these questions, I'm sure there's an insight there for you. And most often the insight isn't something really, extravagant. It's usually something small, something simple that you know you need to do. Yeah. Jenny said, improve strategic planning. And when you say improve strategic planning, what do you mean specifically by strategic planning? Yeah. How specifically? Collaboration. And with who specifically? Creativity. Yeah, keep them coming. Core partners. Someone said, afraid of meeting all monsters, afraid of failing. Yeah, that do make sense on a lot of levels, Rosalind. Yeah, these are some of the common fears we have as human beings. However, usually from my experience, there's usually three things that we're afraid of. And it's not the fear of failure or the fear of these monsters that we claim, because failure itself doesn't have a body or shape, so there's really nothing to fear there. But what we actually do fear is the process. Yeah, we're afraid that the process of going through this change to get what we want is going to be difficult. It's going to bring hardship. We're afraid that, if we do change, we're going to lose something that is important to us. Yeah. And we may be afraid that what if we don't actually achieve the goal that we're going for? Yeah, one of the biggest fear we have is that we don't believe it's possible for us. So those are three things that I can leave you with that you can ponder upon. Darko said, more connection with potential client. Sometimes it is fear of success. Interesting. The fear of success. Hmm. Well, I think I'll challenge Darko as well here. Yeah, because as I said, that success doesn't have a physical body or shape. So what specifically, yeah, would you say you're afraid of? Yeah, what are you afraid of if you do change, you're gonna lose? What is the hardship you're afraid that you would encounter if you do achieve this goal? Yeah, get more specific with me. Fear of change. Yeah. Fear of more responsibility and sacrifice. Uh, and I can also challenge you here, big champ. Yeah. Sacrifice of what specifically? Becoming more responsible of who or what specifically? And Rosalind said, fear of change. What change specifically? What is the change you're afraid of specifically? Freedom and stability. Hmm. Now, as I'm asking these questions and you're getting more specific, yeah, you're starting to become more clear of what the fear actually is. In neurolinguistic programming, we have two models that we use to help our clients gain clarity. And sometimes we have another models to help them become more creative. So when I'm asking these questions more specifically, this is just me tapping in to my NLP, frameworks. And I know the other coaches in the room understand what I'm doing. So as I'm asking you these questions, maybe there are things that you don't want to share, and that's okay. You can write them down. Just knowing that the intention that I have is to help you find your truth. Now, these are the 6 secrets that I've just shared. Yeah, and I want to know which resonated with you specifically. Yeah, I shared with you 6 habits. Which resonated with you specifically, and which are you committed to improve this year? Is that mastering your mind in terms of living into your truth? Is that mastering your body in terms of, improving your energy, your physiology? Is that mastering your focus, improving your productivity? Maybe it's mastering your presence in terms of the vibrancy that you bring into a situation, the confidence, showing up with more courage. And master your influence, developing more empathy, and demonstrating bold enthusiasm with those that you serve? Or is that mastering your mission? Mateo said, master his mind. Nan said, master his focus. Yeah. What resonates with you right now? What are you committing to improve this year? Because if you're going to reinvent yourself this year in 2024, action is required. And it's very important for you to be aware of which behaviors and habits you need to start taking action in. Just said productivity and influence. And I want to challenge you a bit here, Jay. Let's say you had to start with one. Where would you start? Yeah, which do you feel like you need most right now? Because the amazing thing is, when you increase performance in one area, performance in all goes up. Yeah. So as Jay identify productivity, as Jay start to improve his performance in being more productive, it's going to create more space for him to develop influence in the areas that he needs to develop influence in. Darko said, continue mastering his physiology. Yeah, and Darko, as you engage in mastering your physiology even more, yeah, you're going to gain even more clarity. Your mind would follow. As that follows, you gain more vibrancy. You feel more confident. Yeah, which leads to you becoming more influential. So the secret here is to identify where is your gap and fill it. And as you fill your gap, all the bricks falls into place. Rosalind, I can share again, all right, done the different things to choose from. I need to process to decide. Well, there's a saying that I usually hear. It said, successful people make decisions quick. So I'm going to challenge you now to decide now, Rosalind. Yeah. And where else in your life do you, wait to process information before you decide? Yeah, where else is that pattern showing up? And it's not that I'm saying that something is wrong with that pattern. Yeah, but it's something that maybe you can take a look at and see where else this is showing up. Yeah. Now I'm curious. How would this impact your life? Yeah, if you're committing to master this one particular area. Let's say you decided, you know what? I'm really gonna lean in on master and influence. I'm gonna really develop this habit of becoming more influential in my space. I'm gonna learn everything there is to know about becoming a more influential Deano. Yeah, I'm gonna master my physiology. Yeah. I'm gonna become in the best physical performance shape of my entire life. Yeah, what if you lean into that? What if that was your commitment? Yeah. How would that impact your life? Darko said this was good. Successful people make decisions quick. Yes, indeed. And Darko said, I can completely agree with this statement. Nan said, I think mastering my body will make the most impact in improving of all different areas. And how would this impact your life? Yeah, what would be some of the changes in your life when you do master this particular habit? Because one of the main reasons why we don't take action is because we don't have a clear picture of what the future reality would be when we apply this change. Yeah, it's like psychology 101. Yeah, do you know the reason why dogs would perform the tricks over and over? Because they know they're gonna get the results. So even as humans, as complex as we are, we 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 operate on the same rules. Yeah, when you become aware of the impact of the change, it makes you move towards it more actively. Yeah, you feel more energized to move towards it. So my question to you is, you have more information than me. Let's say you develop significant productivity in the next coming week. What is the impact? How would that affect your bank account? How would that affect your romance? How would that affect your connection with your team? How would that affect the way you feel throughout the day? Jenny said, I would be able to help more people. And what is the impact of helping more people? Yeah. What would be the impact on their lives? Wholeness. And what do you mean by wholeness specifically? Yeah. What would the impact look like in real life? Let's say you can look through the window of these people. You can look through their window and you can see their life. What is that impact looking like? Now, this is what I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to get more specific about the results, get more specific about the impact. Yeah. Because when you become more specific about the impact, then the impact becomes real. Now, just to share with you a very interesting case study. Now, last year, when it came to the end of the year, I was going through my own reflection and, I set different financial goals and I set, client goals and it looks so nice. And there's one powerful question I usually ask my clients and I'll ask myself. Now, if there was one goal, that if I do accomplish this goal and I wasn't able to focus on the other goal, it would help me accomplish these. And that goal was literally, I needed to get into the best shape of my life. But that was really a bit vague. Yeah. But fundamentally, the goal was I needed to prioritize my health over everything else. Now, surprisingly, getting to the end of 2023, one of my biggest accomplishments last year, was I didn't get sick once. I didn't get sick once, not a cold, not a flu. And maybe you may be thinking, okay, why is that important? Well, you see, as a coach, yeah, my time is very important. So if I get sick, that means I'm not making money. And the fact that I didn't get sick, that means I leverage every hour of my time spent, what it was with my client, with my family, with myself, because of that one leverage goal, because of that one habit, that one area of my life where I invested in. Yeah. So I wanted to really take this serious. You have gained a powerful insight. You have gained a level of awareness of the habit that you need to focus on. And I can promise you, when you lean in to this habit, things are going to change for you tremendously. Now, what is the impact on others? Yeah, when you decide to invest your time in leveraging this habit, what's the impact on those you love? What's the impact on your team? Now, like I said, the bank account is very important, so I can be more impactful. Of course, yes, it is. Yeah. And Adrian said, it's a big deal. Well done. Thank you, Adrian. Yeah. So think about the habit, think about the area that you need to improve based on this session. How would that impact others? Now, what is the negative impact if you do nothing? Now, if you decide, just like every other webinar you showed up to, you collect information, you write it down, and you decide, you know what, on to the next webinar, and you do nothing. What's the impact? Because now we're living in an information economy. So information is all over. You can go and collect information as much as you like. But what sets you apart is action. And if you don't take the action, what is the impact? Most likely, the impact on my life would have been, I would have gotten sick more often. I would have felt terrible. My mindset would have deteriorated. This would affect my relationship. It would affect my bank account. Yeah. I would have made even more stupid decisions. I wouldn't have been here speaking to you. My clients would have felt like they haven't been served because I'm not showing up powerfully. What about you? If you don't do anything about this, what's the negative impact? Now, would you like to know what it would look like if you and I had to work on these habits together? Where I'll show up powerfully and serve you powerfully and help you get the results that you need in your life and your business. Now, if this is something that you'll be interested in, I'm offering a free complimentary high performance strategy session. And I only have space for about 3 more clients. So you can scan this code and you can go ahead and book a free complimentary session with me. Where I'll help you develop a practical plan for you to improve your performance in this specific area. You can go ahead, screenshot the screen, scan the QR code, and book a session if you're serious. Because I only want to work with action takers. Remember what I said in the beginning? Information without action is worthless. And if you're going to show up and reinvent yourself in 2024, you're going to need 2 things. You're going to need a plan and not quite enough time. You'll need a plan and not quite enough time. Now, that's the end of my presentation today. And I hope that the information or the insight that you're looking for, you have gained. Thank you.